right, everyone. It is just after 9 o'clock on Wednesday, 9 o'clock Eastern Time. Last night's trade went very well. Let's go ahead and zoom in here. You can see the market in the early morning hours was pretty high, 96.50 or so, and then right in the European Open, the market did manage to break through 96.15, which is right here along this line. Once it broke through this area, you can see it was a very, very fast move. This is the ideal scenario where the market moves very, very quickly, gets into profit very quickly, and then will start to muck around. And depending on your exit, there were a couple of different places. One, based on the candlestick, you had to exit very low in the overall move. If you were waiting for the market to show that it was starting to gain some support, here's a pattern where the market was definitely showing that it was gaining some support to the downside. By the way, this is on a 15-minute chart. So you can see that support was building here at 95.60, prepping the market for a move back up. It still has not gotten through to much to speak of, this 96.15 level. So we are looking at that area as resistance, although I don't really see anything in the way of a pattern. There is a slight pattern here on the 15-minute, but I want to be clear, I don't like trading on the 15-minute. In fact, I typically would suggest that 99% of the traders out there just shouldn't be trading on a 15-minute chart. It's much too fast. So, nothing really doing tonight. We do have a little bit of support building down here at the 95.47 level. I do think that it is going to be a valid trade if the market can break down there. Let's go ahead and take a look. We'll go ahead and lock this in. You can see there's quite a bit of support back here, support here, here, and in here. But once the market clears these levels, actually down to about 9,500, it is clear sailing in recent trading. So we're probably going to see the market drop down to this 9,400 level if we can get going to the downside. So the particular short that I'm looking for is, we'll go ahead and write it over here, short 1.9560, whoops, yes, 1.9560. 37 pip stop. Again, this is not something that I would feel comfortable on an autopilot trade. If you're available and you're awake to watch this thing, definitely the level that you want to look for. The reason why I'm saying that is we're working ourselves into a mixed trend here. If you notice, moving averages are pointing up, then down, they're pointing up, now they're down. There's just this overall sideways action in the marketplace here. So we've got to be careful about taking too much of a directional opinion. Plus, we're just coming off of this resistance area. If you managed to see the weekly wrap from last week, your clues that the market was putting the highs in back here followed through this week on this little pop up. Go ahead and look at that right there. So once the market moved its way down, started coming back up here, you can see that right at the highs there, we're coming into the top end of this resistance area. So some good trading in there if you're available to monitor the market. It's definitely something you've got to watch set up over time. So that's it for tonight. I'm not really looking for the long side. Let me just briefly talk about that. Let's go down to the daily. You can see here that the daily is building momentum to the downside. The reason why I say that is if you look at the moving averages, you see how they're spreading out. That indicates that we're increasing momentum to the downside. Let's go up to our 4-hour bar here and take a look. Hopefully this will update. And here you can see that the downtrend on the 4-hour was broken for a few sessions here, but now we have crossed over again, indicating downtrend. So we're really working into and out of, at the same time, a sideways action. That's why when you have mixed trading like this, we have to be careful at support. We have to be careful at resistance. If support builds down here, then you'll see the market come down, give you a false breakout, and pop right back up. So you've got to be careful. Watch out for this 9,500 level to act as support. If the market does manage to break through, then I fully expect a fast move down to 9,400 to retest the support over here and over here.